Hey guys, Chris from Empower Accounting here. Well, it's been 7 days since my last video on the economic stimulus package, and what a week it's been. And basically, the world has gone mad. I'm not going to go into detail exactly what's happening. The media is covering that enough as it is. But the purpose of this video is tips for small business owners on how to survive the crisis and what's happening. So just a bit of a word of warning that some of the stuff that I will go through may be distressing for some business owners. So I do recommend you taking some time away just to watch this video where you won't be interrupted. We do go through some tips, but obviously some of the info may hit a bit too close to home. So it's probably best if you do watch this in private where you won't be distracted. Rightio, so basically the first tip I have is mental health for business owners. I'm not a psychiatrist, I would never try to be, but basically in a nutshell, if the business owner is not healthy, whether it's mental or physical, the business will at some point suffer as a result of that. So it doesn't matter how small or big you are, if the owner of the business, if the leader of that business is not healthy, then at some point the business will suffer as a result. So there's some great tips and things to look for on Beyond Blue. So if you Google Beyond Blue business owner, there's lots of great tips and tricks and things to look out for, and just general well-being ideas. So even if you do not have if you don't think you have mental health issues at all, I still highly recommend Googling Beyond Blue business owners. There's some great tips on there of just general well-being and ways to look after yourself. It's a good chance to just wipe the slate clean and think about tips just to keep yourself safe. So the better headspace that you as a business owner are in, the better the business will be. And it's no coincidence that that is actually true. But if you are experiencing difficulties, then please check this out, or go and see your GP if you're struggling further, or go and seek extra help. I highly recommend that, because obviously over the coming months, there is some difficult times to be had. So number one is health is most important. So please, even if you think you're okay, please go and Google that, Beyond Blue business owners. Otherwise, if you are experiencing more difficulties, go and see your GP or a specialist. I can't probably stress that enough, because if you're not healthy, then the following steps aren't going to apply at all. So step number 2, can the business operate without you? Pretty much every time I meet with a new client, I generally ask this question: can your business operate without you? The answer that I get or have had over the last however many years, I don't think I've had anyone, actually I haven't had anyone say it can. So every single small business owner out there that I've dealt with has said that no, the business cannot operate without them. So obviously, if the leader or the owner of that business has to go into isolation, what does that look like for the business? Can your business operate for 2 weeks without you? So again, this is more just steps to put in place now for preventative measures over the next few months, or however long this thing is going to last. So obviously the smaller the business, the more reliant it is on the owner. So put as many steps in place as you can now, so that the business, if you were going to isolation, that it can continue without you, or with you in limited capacity. So again, this may be pretty much impossible for some businesses, but obviously the more you can do now, the better you'll be in the long run. Number 2, if anyone's been following my YouTube channel or been following my social media channels, I harp on about budgets, cash flow forecasts, strategic plans, pretty well non-stop in those, and it has never been more important than right now. As we know, cash is going to get tight over the next few months, and business will change in some form, whether you like it or not. So do this, basically every single business owner should be doing this right now. Preparing a cash flow forecast until at least December 2020, so that you will know any pain points in your business and at what point you may need extra cash. You may potentially run out of cash, what your business will look like over the next few months, especially if you were to have a drop in revenue, or if other things were to happen to your business, what that would look like financially. And then you can obviously highlight any areas of concern and address those immediately. So prepare the cash flow forecast first, and then develop your strategic plan second, a plan of attack on ways to improve your budget or your cash flow forecast, and highlight obviously any areas of concern there. So the next tip I have is put finance in place now. So after doing your cash flow forecast, if you find that you are going to need extra cash in the future to keep for your business to survive through what is happening, it is highly recommended to get finance in place now. So if you already have access to finance, you can inject cash into the business now, great. What I would say is potentially review the finance you have in place now, because sitting here as at today, it is Friday the 20th of March. Basically, we've had a 0.5% of an interest rate cut over the last couple of weeks. So obviously review the loans, make sure you're getting the best interest rates. And so do that now before cash does get tighter. If you do not have access to cash, I have seen opportunities out there where you can get access to overdrafts and line of credits for as simple as, say, $500, and you don't need to pay anything else unless you use the cash, and that's when you pay the interest. So there are all sorts of loans like that out there. If you do feel that you want to get finance in place, or if you want to review your loans, get in touch with me straight away, and I can point you in the right direction to try and really get you the best deal there to help you get through the finance process. Next one. So this is probably the distressing part of the of this video, I guess. So the reason for doing the cash flow forecast and budget now is so that you can predict what will happen in the future. So if you do that budget and cash flow forecast and you find that in 2 or 3 months' time you will run out of cash and you do not have access to cash, and you do not think that you'll be able to ride this thing out, because ScoMo has come out and said potentially 6 months, he can't see it being any shorter than 6 months. So if you do not think your business will survive what is happening over the next 6 months as a minimum, talk to us early, purely from the point that the earlier you let us know, the quicker you can make a decision and the less impact it will be on your business. So basically, we can either put things in place to help you survive. If we don't think you can survive, we need to put things in place now so that we don't limit the damage and exposure to yourself personally. So basically what I'm saying here is that the last thing I want to see is business owners lose their houses. That is, for me, that is worst case scenario. I do not want to see that happen. So please talk to us early about this stuff, because if things don't work out, then that is reality of what may happen, depending on how you're structured and how your business works. So again, the earlier you talk to us, we can point you in the right direction to limit any damage, so that you can basically walk out the other side with your house. And that is my main goal for anyone who does not think they may survive. So next tip. So opportunities in the madness. So obviously that was the bad, now the good news. So I have spoken to a few business owners over the last week. My discussions have been very mixed. There's been no middle of the range. There's either been things aren't great, or I tell you what, they have had opportunities just come out of the woodwork that they were potentially unexpected for, or that business owners have really, this has really brought forward a lot of opportunities for them. So what I would say here is it's a good time to basically wipe the slate clean. So in the last video, I said, write down 3 things that you would do to improve your business. So what I would say here is, let's wipe the slate clean completely. Now, what would your business look like if you were to start from scratch today? I'm talking about your processes, your systems, everything like that from the ground up. What would that look like? And now is a great opportunity to change your business. So basically, the clients you have, the types of services you offer. So if there are other services you want to offer, now is the best time to attack that and look for opportunities in all the madness out there. Because at the end of the day, things are going to change, and if you do not change at all, there is a likelihood that the next few months are going to be tough. So again, there are opportunities out there, and I've spoken to business owners who have had massive opportunities out there that have basically going to explode their business, which is excellent for them. So obviously, I don't want business owners just to survive. We want to thrive what is happening now. Obviously, it's hard for some industries, but there is method in this madness here. So basically, if you do need help, what I would say is schedule a call with me ASAP. So there is a link to my calendar that you can book a call. And basically, if you just wanted to have a chat about things, but if you did want a step further and have extra help, so we do cash flow forecasts and strategic plans. So I'm basically going to throw out an offer at the moment. So because the times that we're in, if you want to do a cash flow forecast and a strategic plan, if you let me know within 2 weeks from today, so that will be the 3rd of April. If you let me know before the 3rd of April, we'll basically give a 30% discount on that offer that we would, on that service that we would normally provide, purely because what's coming is not great, and I want to try and help as many people as I can. Unfortunately, it does involve my time, and there is obviously a cost to that. So, but I want to try and offer that to as many business owners as I can to try and help them through this period. So, and the reason why I say for 2 weeks is because anything longer than 2 weeks, we don't know what's going to happen in 2 weeks' time. It could be too late. So I want to jump on these now to help you get through this period. So if this is something that interests you, please let me know as soon as you can, and we'll get the ball rolling with that. And also note that you don't need to be a tax client of Empower Accounting to do this. So I do have people that I work with who we don't do the tax for, that I help purely on a consulting basis. So this applies to basically any business owner who wants to do a cash flow forecast and a plan to help them get through this phase. So it involves cash flow forecast, reviewing loans, obtaining loans, and things like that, doing all we can to help you survive the next few months. And obviously, with the government grants, I haven't spoken about it in this video because I touched on it in the last one. There are massive tax planning opportunities in this for husband and wife business owners. So if you are a husband and wife business owner, please get in touch because there are some great opportunities there for tax planning over the next few months. Okay, again, any questions, let me know. And thank you very much for watching to the end of me rambling on. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks, guys.